Hey guys, welcome to another Jamaican Tales video, a Jamaican living in Germany. About a week or two ago, I got this letter in the mail, and when I opened it, it was an invitation to my graduation ceremony, which is happening on July 8th. So that's just like 1 week and 1 day from today. And as you would expect, it's graduation day, so there's excitement, there's just this thrill and just this happy feeling. But I don't necessarily have that feeling as yet. Maybe it's loading, I don't know. But anyways, this video is all about the week before graduation day, what I'm looking forward to, and just looking back at the graduations back in Jamaica. So stick around. It's already year 2 with Corona, and when Corona started, everything just kind of shut down, or it scaled down, or it was postponed. And of course that affected, for example, the universities where, for example, everything became virtual, or that graduation ceremonies were just cancelled altogether, or they even had, for example, in America, they had, for example, drive-through graduations or drive-by graduations. But at my university, it was just cancelled. There wasn't any event, there wasn't any replacement for the graduation ceremonies. And with this happening, I thought, okay, there will not be a graduation, because then after Corona, I don't think they would go like 2 years back to cater for those people that didn't have a graduation. But I got the surprise of my life with this letter, because hey, there's going to be a graduation ceremony for people that should have graduated in 2020, 2021, and of course the people that are graduated in 2022. It's actually pretty good that they didn't bother to have something virtual, because at least now I get to experience a real graduation. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what that will be like. There was an email that was sent about the graduation ceremony, and there was a link to the registration page. And interestingly, I just registered for graduation like 3 or 4 days ago, even though I knew about this like for at least a month or so. When you go on the registration form, what was surprising for me was, okay, of course you enter your name, your address, and your matriculation number, and what program you did and whatever. They didn't even give you a maximum number of guests. You could just enter whatever number that you wanted. You can bring any number of guests you want. So if you want to enter 20, then you could pretty much do that. I was like, what? I mean, that just blew my mind. In Jamaica, something like this never happens, because you have a set number of invitations that you get. Going back to January this year, I made a video about me receiving my degree by mail, of course, and I even said in that video that video to me was more or less my graduation ceremony. At that point, I had no idea that there would be a graduation for, you know, people that would have graduated in the last 2 years. A couple months later, I get an invitation to my graduation ceremony. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is even better. So at least I will get a real end to this phase of my life that actually ended more than 1 year ago. So yeah, this is a letter here, and the graduation invitation is just this little card here. It says graduation ceremony, Faculty of Computer Science, Electrical Engineering and Mathematics, and this is going to be on July 8th, 2022. An interesting thing is that my university is actually celebrating 50 years this year, which means that my mother is just like about 6 months older than my university. So here it says, dear graduate, the Paderborn University Faculty of Computer Science, Electrical Engineering and Mathematics would like to invite you to the graduation ceremony on Friday, July 8th, 2022. The ceremony starts at 3 p.m. in Audimax. Yeah, so this is happening. This is really happening. And so the program is this: at 3 p.m. there's going to be a musical prelude, and then there's an official welcome from the dean of the faculty, and then there's also a welcome from the president of the university, and there's a keynote speech, scientific integrity. Now, something that stands out in my mind here is just how different graduations are in Germany in comparison to back home, where it's like the topic is very, very scientific, which is kind of different from the way that, you know, graduation speeches are back home, where it's more about motivation and, you know, preparing you for the next phase of life and so on. So this should be an interesting twist. And at 4:15 there is a break, also new, and 4:45 there's a musical prelude to part 2, and then afterwards there's a ceremonial presentation of the congratulations certificates to the graduates. awarding of prizes for outstanding academic achievements, and there's some award that's going to be presented and some official farewell by the student body representatives of the faculty. And finally at 6 p.m. this is a get together. Now at the back they're like a list of sponsors for the graduation, which is very different. Of course I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not as excited as I should be, because when I think back to my graduation with my bachelor back in Jamaica like 9 years ago, that was 2013, it was a very different feeling. The excitement was building from weeks before. I was looking forward to graduation day. I was like, this is the day. I mean, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be, yeah, crossing the finish line. Family and friends are gonna be there to celebrate and to cheer me on, and I was looking forward to it like for so long. But now it's like, yeah, okay, graduation is coming up next week. It should be cool. I'll be there. Okay, yeah. I think part of the reason for not being so thrilled and so excited about the big day is, first of all, that back in Jamaica there's a big emphasis that is placed on graduation day. It's like graduation is more or less the center of the year at a university. It's like kind of everything revolves around it. It's like the event that not just the graduates look forward to, but even the faculty, even the students, the current students that are there, and so on. For some, I don't know, it's a very big different thing. It's marketed differently in comparison to here in Germany, where I've been at the university for all these years and I've just stumbled on one graduation ceremony, and I was just kind of passing by and I saw a poster that said graduation ceremony, and I walked in and it was a graduation ceremony. I was like, okay, this is surprising. And back in Jamaica at the university that I went to, it was, you knew August, like the first or the second weekend in August is graduation weekend, and it wasn't a graduation day, it was a weekend. For my graduation with my bachelor, I was a valedictorian. So that was already another level of excitement, another level of being worried about how it's gonna turn out. Just the thought that I would have to stand in front of thousands of people on the day of graduation, in front of the graduates, in front of the faculty, in front of all these professors and all the leaders of the university and all the people that would be at the graduation, I was like, that was already enough adrenaline. Maybe it's gonna happen that reality is just gonna hit me in 1 week when I wake up and I recognize that one of the biggest goals in my life that I've taken on, to go to a foreign country, clueless about the language, clueless about the culture, clueless about what will happen, if I will make it, stepping out into the unknown, leaving my family, leaving my friends, everything that I'm familiar with behind, and somehow finding my way in another country, and not just doing a master's degree in computer science, but at the same time using the opportunity to travel the world and to discover more of Germany and to grow as a person and to learn more about myself. I think what's gonna happen on Friday morning is that I'm gonna wake up and that reality is gonna hit me in the face like bam, and I'm gonna be like, this is happening. And walking to the university and sitting there and recognizing what is being celebrated at that moment, seeing the other people that are graduating, and maybe even that moment when they will call mine. I don't even know if they're going to be calling names. I don't know if I'm going to get a gown. There are so many questions that I have in my mind, but whatever it is, when I'm supposed to collect whatever I'm supposed to get, maybe that's when the reality will hit me. I'm definitely happy and I'm proud and I'm thankful that they've decided to give me and the other graduates this possibility to really celebrate what we've accomplished. I will definitely do a graduation day video, and of course there are so many things that are recognized comparing graduations in Germany to graduations in Jamaica, and there's going to be another culture shock video as you would expect. 1 week to go and the countdown starts now, and I'll keep you updated if the excitement builds or not. And I will just use this opportunity or this time to maybe kind of go back in time about the entire experience about studying in Germany, and especially for people that are interested in that they can have a video that kind of just goes through the entire process. That's kind of my plan. But after that, there's going to be the graduation day video and there's going to be the culture shock video, so you guys can look out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you in the next Jamaican Tales video.